Hello everybody and welcome back to Crusader Kings, where we are currently still working on getting all of this put back together after our slightly messy succession, and we've certainly got some work to do on that. How close are we to this empire? Yeah, we've got a ways to go yet. So we need to go after this kingdom tier realm here. Do we have a claimant? Did we already get one? Maybe. We have a decent number of people with claims. These are all relatively basic claims. Yeah, that's not amazing. So we're probably going to want to look for a proper claimant here. What about you? No. But how close? 160? Okay. Too far away. Minus 65. Wait, this guy would come. Cool. Come on over to the court and we'll press your claim immediately. Beautiful. Speaking of immediately, are we working on converting faith? No, we are not, and we should. I started to see the apostolic Protestants there, and I was like, hang on a moment. We shouldn't have any of those, so we're going to work on not having any of those. We're going to work on doing more conversions before we declare this war, and now we can hop on in here, pressing this guy's claim, 6,000 troops, absolutely no problem. Beautiful. So we're going to raise up our forces here. We could get away with just men-at-arms. I do want to have a siege force, so we're going to raise up around 6,000 troops here in our levies. Any moment now, guys. Anytime you want to show up. Okay, I guess we're going to raise 12,000. That works. Our men-at-arms aren't here yet either. We're having trouble bathing without our attendants, apparently. We slipped when it was wet, and we almost fell, but we did not, in fact, fall in the end. So we are lacking a spouse right now. We're at 11 out of 11 domain, so I feel like we're fine with domain. Beyond that, what would we be looking for? Just somebody with good congenital traits, probably. Actually, quick and comely, that's not bad. Sure. We'll go for that. Cool. We do have a bunch of successors, and I want to check in, actually, on the status of our accolades. We do have the Fairest of the North Star that I would very much like to bring back into the fold, so we're going to restore accolades and see what we've got there. For now, we'll group these guys together. The Voice of Reason. We made a great compromise. Wow, that was only an 11% chance. Cool. Sure, show in this guy. He'll bring some prestige anyway. And some renown, which the renown is actually pretty good. Okay, this guy can be appointed as the Fairest of the North Star, and that's exactly what we're going to do. There we go. Now, can we appoint a successor for any of these? Well, we'll seek a worthy accolade successor here. This guy gained the Fanatic attribute. Okay, let's double check what exactly that did. That's the secondary trait, right? Yeah, so what does that one do? We need to pin this open and then come up over here. Zealot, Vassal, Modifier, and Holy War stuff. Okay, sure. For now, that's fine. I want to double check over here. We can bump up some of these sizes, apparently. That's fascinating. We can bump up our Horsemen, our Mubarazun, and some of our Pikemen. I love it. We don't have our Mangonel stationed. We'll need to do that after this war. That's fine. Stewardship perk and an empty counselor position. Okay, we'll take... Do we care that much about the Avaricious tree at this point? 49.5 with our troops raised. I feel like we kind of don't. In which case, we should probably be focusing on something other than wealth focus. That said, we'll take toe the line for now. And at this point, we should consider swapping. Maybe to, like, scholarship focus? And then grabbing, like, scientific to get cultural fascinations faster. That's maybe not a terrible concept. Okay, we're going to walk on over this direction. I've not seen any enemy armies yet. Our spouse is apparently giving us a helping hand. That's fine. She does not need to have a hook on us. When are we going to get our next renown? Actually, that's really soon. Good to know. So, pathing options here. We could go this way, this way, this way, this way, or we could come here and go directly to their capital. And I think that's probably the way that's going to end up ending this war fastest, which is indeed what we're interested in. So we're going to hop down over here. And yeah, I think we're completely fine financially without being on wealth focus at this point. We can always do additional investments and bump up our income that way by building things like down here. We could construct a city and a temple holding, right? So both of those would be fine to do. We can do things like that. And that seems absolutely okay. This guy can be appointed as the Silver Hand. So let's hop into our accolades here. We can appoint a successor here. This character does not serve as a knight. So that's Varshab. Okay. I really wish we could make him serve as a knight from that screen there. Because finding him in this is kind of a mess. He's probably in here somewhere. Maybe. Here no, that's not him. Never mind. Hang on. I have no idea where this guy is. Was he right at the top? Am I dumb? No, these are our acclaimed knights here. He's our courtier. Varshazb. I really wish we could make him serve as a knight from that screen. That would be so much better. So, what do we have in here? He must be in here somewhere. Can we sort this in any way? The answer is no, we can't. He's definitely in here somewhere. But we can put a successor in over here. Cool. We cannot do one here. It's the same guy. I have no idea where this guy is in here. So I'm going to pause the recording here. I'm going to look through this list very closely, and we'll try to find him. Be back in a moment. Okay, as expected, it seems that I am indeed blind. He is here. I did not find him in the previous two searches, but he is right here. We can force him to serve as our knight there, and now we can put him in for either the Silver Hand or the Ferris of the North Star. I believe the Silver Hand is currently older, so we're going to put him in here. There we go. Okay. I really do think that you should be able to force them to appear from this screen, to serve as a knight from this screen. That would make things so much smoother. So, Paradox, consider that some feedback. Hey, they have an army. I never expected them to have an army, it seems. We should just split off... not the mangonels. We should just split off something like this. And we'll head on up. We don't have a commander here. This guy can be the commander. And we're going to head to their capital. Beautiful. This is a very bad place for them to attack. I don't know why they think this is good. This was not a smart move. So that's stack wiped. And that's stack wiped. And their capital is under siege. This war is over. Here in 30 days. They just need a minute to think about it. We have a dangerous faction? A liberty faction? It's because of the King of Damascus. Okay. This guy's a bit of a jerk. He is currently defending in a war against tyranny. Can we get any sort... Actually, he's got a lot of siblings here. Okay. Not a lot of options there. Maybe we can arrange something with him directly. Yeah, this would work. Cool. No problem there. So, of course, this war is turbo over. 5 days left. And war is done. So enforce those demands and disband our troops. So now that is virtually all of this land up here that we lost back under our control. So now I want to check in to see, yep, we can create the Empire title. Do it. That will earn us a bunch of prestige, which is absolutely great. Now there are a few areas like this that are our de jure vassal at this point. He is at war, and he does not want us to be his leader. That's fine. We can look at somebody like this guy. He's only 7 reasons away. We might be able to send him a gift. 38 opinion. That should do the trick. So we will bring him on into our realm. There we go. What else is within our de jure borders? So there's a little bit in the Taketed region over here. He's of a different faith, so we're probably going to have to conquer him. There's this guy here. He's also of a different faith, so we'll probably have to conquer him as well. This guy, on the other hand, 113 reasons because he's a kingdom tier realm. Okay, whatever. I'm not sure I agree that that's a kingdom tier realm, but okay. Like, look at this. My guy's got like 1,000 troops. Sure, whatever. Well, he's going to resist us. I do want to get the rest of this empire. Of course, we need to set our sights on Hispania and the Persian Empire as well. So all of that needs to come under our control. We've got this here, which is actually a very interesting kingdom to attack. We kind of surround them in some ways. We don't have a fantastic claim on them. They are like 3, 4, 5 different kingdoms. So a claimant would be the cleanest way to do this, for sure. Yikes. Okay, this isn't great options. Well. So as far as the Persian Empire goes, we have 41 out of the 112 de jure counties we need. That's fine, I suppose. We may want to finish up cleaning up Maghreb, which would mean attacking this guy. That's a war against tyranny. Oh, this guy has a claim. That's interesting. We don't have the prestige for this, so we may want... What do we have here? This guy would join our court? Sure. Why not? So that's all fine. I want to potentially hold a feast here. Or maybe just hold a grand tournament. We're below the average cost in terms of our current income, though, so I think a feast is probably the way to go. So we'll plan a feast here. This is going to be probably in Medina. No, Mecca's the way to go. So that's absolutely fine. We don't need anything here, so we can save a little bit of gold there. We could have an honorary guest, and honestly, this guy might not be too bad. Or Yemen. We could select Yemen as well. So that's okay, and we would definitely want to gain a lot more prestige, right? And opinion. So something like this, 352 gold, that is fine. We could try to befriend one of these people. Like the King of Yemen. I think that's okay. Sure, we'll start that feast. So we're heading off to our feast, which is, of course, going to be in Mecca. And there we go. We have a lovely time ahead of us. So we've already gained 35 prestige. We're up to 757 right now. 8 months until this feast begins. Okay, that's going to be a bit. So we could get this ransom. 200 gold for this guy. Done. Sounds good to me. Okay, so this guy is traveling on his way in. And now he has arrived, I think. The feast, we're waiting on activity guests to show up. Okay, so 10 gold for her, sure, that seems fine. 50 gold for this guy, no problem. 10 gold for this guy, yeah, seems okay. Ashes to ashes, rust to rust. Nope, the Bedouin sword can indeed be destroyed. We should probably repair our regalia. 75 gold for that is not too bad. We still don't have any armor or crown. We do have an artifact in the royal court, though. That was a wall hanging, right? So we've got a famed and a masterwork here. Okay. That seems good enough. Cool. So nothing too shabby here. We're up to 802 prestige at this point. The feast isn't going to begin for another 4 months. So we're not going to be going to war for a bit. I want to check in on... Yeah, this guy's a body. Okay. That's a little bit painful. If we were to give him a religious exemption... Nestorianism. Okay, we just had a mental break here. Reclusive might be okay here, though. -1 to stewardship. Ah, that's sad. I was hoping that -1 to stewardship was not going to drop us down below the domain limit, but it did. Oh, that reminds me. Speaking of domain limit, we need to station these guys. And the best place to do it is going to be in our economic duchy here, I think. We're not really focusing anything on the siege weapons, so that's absolutely fine. This ransom seems acceptable as well. Can we hand out anything at this point? The answer is no. Okay, so our current wife is skill 29 stewardship. That is very, very good. No doubt about that. We might just have to sit at 11 out of 10 for right now. That is painful. Because all of these have stationed men-at-arms in them. And then there's these two down here, which we could grant out, but I would really, really rather not. So I think for the moment, that's fine. Let's check in on our innovations here. We're going to have hoardings done quite soon here, 10 years. Okay, that's not too bad. So after hoardings, we're going to go for, like, windmills into guilds. That should be okay. Welcome, friends. So our feast is now beginning. The high table has broken, but the king of Yemen became our friend. Beautiful. So he likes us a lot better now. That was very easy to befriend him, to be honest. We gained a favor hook on this guy. What a man, indeed. We're gaining a bunch of opinion here. So we could lose 140 stress, or we could lose 21 stress and gain a bunch of opinion. Or we could gain 75 additional prestige. And that's exactly what we're going to do here. Who do we care about more here? Both of these are our vassal. They're both really weak. I don't care. We're going to throw this guy out to cool off. And you're all very welcome for our hospitality. Nah, we'll toast our friend. That's fine. We've got plenty of prestige at this point. I'm reasonably happy with that. We gained a bunch of prestige out of that, and that is great. We're now going to travel on home. I appreciate the sentiment. Cool. So we will arrive home as of, well, now, if that guy hadn't have broken out of prison. But we can now, of course, head off over this direction and declare war on this kid. And that's exactly what we're going to do. And I wanted the Grand Emirate. There we go. So his capital's down over here. We'll raise up our men-at-arms here, and we'll probably raise a comparable number of levy troops, about 6,000. We did just lose a counselor to heart failure. And we'll put this guy in. Cool. Here's 6,000 levy troops. Now we just need our men-at-arms to show up. They're about 30 days away. Cool. So let's just send everybody on in here. We'll get a couple of days of progress out of our levy troops before our men-at-arms show up. Not that that's going to be a lot. We're still having careless footing. We're just having a real hard time slipping around in the bath. Okay. So we could get an 80% chance of a concussion, leaving us incapable. Oh my. Or we could just take it slow, take it safe, because we're craven. And we suffer no permanent damage, but we do gain 101 stress. That's fine. We can handle that. We can definitely seclude ourselves, spending a little bit of prestige, but we're truly at peace. And that will reduce our stress levels a little bit. And we just straight up died. I believe we were murdered? Yeah, we were poisoned. Okay, that was giga awkward timing. That's interesting. We didn't lose the progress over here? And this kid at skill 15 is still at 11 of 10? That's remarkable. Okay. Let's take stock of the situation here. So we need to put in a council, and we'll put in powerful vassals for the moment. They're going to be very, very angry. We're going to have to wrap up this war very quickly, but that shouldn't be a problem. Now, we retained both empire titles, which is remarkable. We retained everything. All of our other siblings were female. That's why. Okay. So that makes sense. We kind of lucked out there. I expected that guy to live a good long time. This guy is Herculean and a confider. Okay, we are on a stewardship education. I don't believe that we need a stewardship education here. I'm going to swap over to a learning education. And then we are going to remove Guardian. And we are going to educate child. 2250 to send to university. Okay, can we get that? When were we born? 11 October. So we have about a year. We can get the gold for that. I want to send this guy to university. And I want to get all of that done. We can appoint a worthy successor to the Fairest of the North Star. How are our knights set up here? Okay. That looks fine. We can seek a worthy accolade successor, which we will do. Cool. I'm not going to ransom a vassal here. We can grant vassals off to the rightful liege, and this is absolutely something that we want to do at this time. So this is going to boost up the opinion of a lot of our powerful vassals here. By a dramatic amount, actually. Okay. So we're going to tick forward here. That was awkward timing to be murdered, no doubt about that, but it seems to be relatively okay. So plus 0.1 right now, sure. We'll ransom off this guy. 2124. So we need some gold to make this happen. Okay, we moved to 11 of 9. That's going to be painful for our domain limit, but it's a temporary situation. So I'm going to group these guys together. And we want to wrap up this war incredibly quickly. Cool. 15 days to go. There we go. We got 30 gold from that. Not too bad. We're going to make our way out over this way. We're 6 months away from that. Alternatively, we could go up here. We're 7 months from that. But I think that's probably a better route. We go here, here. We could go from here to here, then here, if need be. We shouldn't need that. But it would be something along those lines. We're not betrothed yet. And we should become betrothed to her. There we go. Apparently we will be the best couple ever. Wait, was she landed? Oh, that's our regent. Our betrothed. No, she's unlanded. Okay. Wait. This is a problem. This is our half-sister. Yeah, we shouldn't do that. We should sort by this here. Only 19. That would be our sister-in-law. A little awkward. I think we're going to wait until we come of age. We learned the Iranian language. Cool. I guess that's fine. We really need some gold here. Okay, I'm going to downsize this army. So now that we've arrived here, I'm going to downsize this down to about, well, this. That will save us a substantial amount of gold per month. We want to be sent to university here. 2250, so we need about 200 gold. We have, or not 200, we need about 100 gold, 90 gold, which we should have the time to do. Cool. This is moving very slowly here, no doubt about that. I was hoping we'd get some good captures out of this. Unfortunately, that did not happen. An unpressed claim on the Sheikdom of Batina. He can keep the title, by my grace. Where did he occupy? Oh, up over here? Whatever. I don't care about that. A liberty demand? No, will not be threatened. So these guys are going to declare war, and that's really awkward timing again. We do need to put in a chancellor here. So who all is this? Oh, I thought the game was paused there. Not happening. Okay. Pause it. That's the third time I paused it. Okay, so I have like 70,000 troops. Yeah, we're probably going to need to negotiate some alliances here. We've got our uncle here and our uncle here. That'll help us a little bit. More than anything, what we're going to need is an external alliance. It's currently September. And we're losing money right now. We have to ransom this guy. Okay. And the reason we had to do that was to send ourselves to university. There we go. Okay, now we need a new steward. Skill 30, that's not bad. And this war we need to wrap up very quickly, right? So we've got a few months left here. We became a mastermind philosopher, and that's because we had that money. That's absolutely great. Now we can call in these allies into the Liberty War. We don't care about this other war right now. We can end our entrenched regency, and she'll accept that, so that's good. At this point, we need to find an alliance. Really? 5K is the best we've got? Okay, I guess that's fine. So we'll get that done, and let's find our... Yeah, we don't have the lifestyle here. We're going to need to go into scholarship focus. There we go. We're then, of course, going to need to continue to find ourselves alliances, which she'll be the way to go here. 3527 is not a lot. Okay. And finally, we're going to go for 2591. Surely there's a better alliance that we can find. What about this guy up here? 16,000. Yeah, this seems doable. Apparently, we're not an option for this. Okay. What about something out over this direction? We've been allied over this way before. No valid characters found. Well, what about you? You seem valid. I don't know why we can't do that. That's very strange. Very strange indeed. Well, we might be able to do something else here. No, there's just nothing we can do there. Remarkable. What about this guy? He's right here. Yeah, we can do something like this. He would not accept this due to what? His opinion of the matchmaker, us. And we have too many existing alliances. Okay. I sure wish it would have pointed out that we could... Well, I suppose it wouldn't have done that, would it? Okay, so what I'm going to do this. It's very awkward, but I'm going to break this betrothal because now we should no longer have too many alliances. Now we should be able to arrange a marriage between our half-sister and him. He would not accept this due to too many existing alliances, but that should change here in a moment. In theory. Maybe. Because that alliance should have been broken. Apparently it isn't. That's weird. Through this marriage. Okay. So I guess we would need to break this betrothal. Which we cannot do because she's not in our court. That's really weird. Okay, so this guy will not accept because we have too many alliances. So, what alliance can we break here? This is a negotiated alliance. But we can't break it. Through this marriage. Okay. That's negotiated, and that's negotiated. 4 alliances are too many alliances, apparently. Well, in that case, we're going to have to divorce her. So that alliance is now expired. And we arrange a marriage here. No, not here. We arrange a marriage between you and you. Now he has 116 reasons not to accept it because now he doesn't want an alliance. Okay. Well, that's really awkward. He needs to make up his mind. Do you want the alliance or do you not want the alliance, bud? So, what do we have over this way? I would love it if we could do... Wait a second. Now we can do this? Now we can do this. We are related. And hopefully, well, maybe we'll just get rid of that after this war. What we really need is this guy brought into the war, right? That's what we really, really want here. So we want to call him into the Liberty War. You come into the Liberty War, but you're already there. And you come into the Liberty War. There we go. Well, awkwardness is ensuing here. We do have this other dangerous faction. This is an independence faction, and we should work on doing something here. There we go. That will... Will that actually fully solve that? Not quite. Okay. So we can arrange a marriage here. That wouldn't result in an alliance. That's only a sister-in-law. What else do we have? Half-sisters. Cool. There we go. That should solve that little problem. There we go. And we're going to hop down over here. But it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to have to deal with this nonsense. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Atala, Shadowwolf, Mlohan80, Rogue Corvid, Kentogan, Andy McGar, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Soccerman12 UK, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.